Lindo conocerte, mucho gusto. Mucho gusto. ¿Ves que hay alguna insistencia de tu parte como actor en mantener las raíces en cámara?
Oh, claro que sí. No, sí, para mí, yo soy muy orgulloso de mis raíces mexicanos. Y en cada película trato de traer un poco de eso al papel. Y para el papel el personaje de Cortés en Jarhead, pues nuestras vidas tenían paralelas. Sabía cómo se sentía pues estar lejos de mi familia en ese tiempo tan importante. Y por eso, eso me ayudó a mí estar en el mismo estado de mente o en el mismo emoción que el personaje.
Placer conocerte.
Igualmente,
Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Y nos vemos en el valle.
Sí.
No digamos cuál. ¿Habla español?
Non, hablo français, je parle français, un petit peu de ukrainien.
Oh, parlez-vous français?
Si, un petit peu. Et vous?
Mais...
Non?
Comment allez-vous? How are you?
Très bien,
Comment
merci.
allez?
Дуже.
Très bien, merci. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Painless,
much.
I hope.
Sí.
Sin dolor.
Okay.
Thank you. Muchas gracias. Pleasure meeting you.
Thank you. Pleasure meeting you too.
Difference as an actor of Wild Things per se into one of the girls of James Bond.
James Bond is its own thing. This is the 19th film, and it's exciting for me to be a part of the whole history of it and all the women that have been previous Bond girls, Ursula Andrews, Jill St. John, Jane Seymour, Maude Adams. So to be a part of that is very exciting to me.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Told you it was painless. Painless, isn't it?
Why can't you all be like that?
Oh, let's go. I got 5 more stupid questions. Pleasure meeting you.
Nice to meet
Pleasure meeting you. Did you put lots of boys, friends in that friend zone growing up?
I think I unconsciously did that.
Unconsciously.
I wasn't quite sure what that was because it didn't really have a name growing up. It just, I had some guys that I was just really close friends with that I didn't look at them as anything more than friends. And to this day, I don't know if they wanted more, but I would do everything with them. And
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
Thanks.
Pleasure meeting you.
okay.
Pleasure meeting you. Does it help you being from the other side of the pond type of thing to see humor in a different manner?
I know that when I go to England, first of all, I go back to my normal way of speaking, which is this. And secondly, I just know it's a different kind of sarcasm, a different kind of comedy. And I'm happy in both areas, which is really lucky because you're right, comedy doesn't usually travel.
Right.
Yeah, but I think I can travel.
Well, pleasure meeting you, having a
Thank
chance
you.
to speak with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
A pleasure in any language. Un placer.
Muchas gracias.
You writing the script about it, did you point and had an anchor in those 7 to 10 or to 12-year-old kids where to base your story? Or you just wrote it, put it together and says, hope for the
No,
better?
the anchor was in El Alma, really in the heart and the soul of human existence. That's where it lies, actually. That's the most important thing. I mean, all I wanted to do was to make something for todos. You know, because we're all in groups, you know, los hijos, los adultos, separated always. And I don't think we should have that all the time. I think we should try to make things sometimes that are for both parties. But you cannot do that without being truthful.
Muchas gracias.
De nada.
Un placer enorme
conocerte.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much to begin with. Why people in Señor González in South America 3 years from now will watch Crimson Tide on a small screen and it will be appealing?
The story's appealing, the characters are appealing, but the heart and soul of the story is the conflict between the two characters. And what is interesting about this movie is that this movie, at any point in time, you think, well, maybe Denzel's right, maybe Gene is right. So it's a thinking man's movie, and I always believe that movies where you have to think are movies that will be around a lot longer than movies which are just feed you information.
Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, nice
Pleasure
meeting
meeting you. Easier or difficult to work with other fellow stand-up comedians per se? And comes in mind because you did a lot of movies with Robin Williams and Jim Carrey.
Well, yeah, I love it. I mean, anytime you're living within that consciousness, and you get together with other people, because you'll find that they'll play around more with the lines. A lot of times, being I write and direct, people don't want to go off the script because they think they'll be insulting me, but if you get working with stand-ups or comedic actors that like to play around, that's my favorite thing. I mean, you start with the script and then you just branch out and discover what else might be there. So, yeah,
Muchas gracias. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. So you grew up in New York, so your Spanish is pretty good.
Puerto Riqueño,
Puerto Rico, más o menos.
Más o menos.
Malcolm X, Spike
Malcolm X.
Lee.
Malcolm X was like the culmination of a 12-year journey. I had done a play about Malcolm X, or 10-year journey. I'd done a play about Malcolm X in 1981. And when I did the play, a one-act play in New York, we got tremendous response. I mean, it was literally hundreds of people outside the theater every night trying to get in. I said at that time, down the line, I want to do a film about Malcolm X. I knew from doing the play that I could play the part. People said, oh, you can be this guy, you can really do it. So I wasn't afraid of that. Who knew that a Spike Lee was going to be born and created and the first black independent filmmaker and really a pioneer in the industry, the perfect person to make this film. So again, the elements came together.
I thank you very much. Muchísimas gracias por tu invitación. Thank you. Thank you.